So this is our first demo that we did in class with the regular traditional method of mapping out your design onto a squared format and then inking it. Of course, this could be done in a variety of techniques, but for the sake of continuing on the journey of mark making and practicing your inking techniques and developing your style further, we're gonna stick with the ink for this one again. And we start by placing a couple of objects in the center or towards the center of your paper format. As you can see here, I put my skull and the mushrooms kind of overlapping. So they could be standalone or they can overlap, and that's your design. You can decide on that. Then we cut the square into equal parts. So we divide it vertically and horizontally with measuring half of your format. In this case, this was 11 by 11, so it ended up being 5.5 by 5.5. Make sure you have something underneath it so you don't cut your tables. And then we switch around corner 1 and 4 and 2 and 3, just like I showed here. And then flip over the entire format and tape it back together so that we can continue inking the rest of the paper format. Once you flip it back over and tape your paper so it doesn't wiggle around, we'll fill the rest of the empty space that emerged from our cutting with the remaining elements that we want to utilize. In this exercise, we used 5 total. We started with 2, then cut the paper and added 3 more. Now, some of you may have several different objects. In my case, I ended up with a bunch of different types of mushrooms and a skull. I had an idea of doing several skulls, but decided to simplify the demo a little bit. So I'm inking with fountain pen by Lamy with the extra fine nib and also a Pentel pocket brush. After you finished your inking, make sure the ink is dry. You may also use a piece of paper underneath the back of your hand in order to prevent any smudging. Once the ink is dry, you can erase your pencil marks if you used light sketch underneath. And once it's scanned in, you can create a pattern in Photoshop that I showed on the next video.